Hello my beauties and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Janelle, and if you are not new here, hi, my name is still Janelle. Thank you so much for being here. So today I am going to be talking about more anticipated releases of 2021. I talked about a few in my first video, so this is kind of like a part 2, but I feel like I just missed so many. So these are going to be books starting from April of 2021 to August of 2021 that will be released, and then I will talk about the other ones maybe in a few months. Right now we're just going to go April to August. So let's go ahead and get into the anticipated releases. So the first book that I'm going to be talking about is called Lies We Bury by L. Mar. Also, if you see me looking down, it's because I have it on my phone, so I'm reading them off of my phone. But this releases on April 1st of 2021, and it is a mystery thriller. I have a lot of mystery and thrillers, I will say. It just, those are the ones that were interesting me, okay? So I just wanted to talk about it, okay? But this one says, a young photographer must revisit her own childhood abduction to solve a string of murders after a note is left for her at the crime scene. So that sounds really fun. I love a good murder, mystery, abduction, kidnapping. Wow, I have problems. This just sounds really, really interesting, and I think it's really cool that it's going to be from a photographer. Like, I wonder if like we're going to see that trauma expressed like in her art, which I think is going to be really cool. So I am really, really excited about that. The cover also just looks really beautiful, but like intense at the same time. Okay, and the next book that I want to talk about is The Drowning Kind, and this is by Jennifer McMahon. I don't know. This is in the horror category, and this will release on April 6th of 2021, and this says, when her sister drowns at their grandmother's estate, a woman returns home and discovers the house and her family has a supernatural history. So I think this is going to be a really, really scary, like really scary, but I think it's going to be good. It does terrify me a little bit because I don't read many books classified as horror. I do a lot of thriller, not a lot of horror, because I'm a baby and a lot of stuff scares me, but this one just sounds really, really interesting. The cover is also pretty, but I'm pretty sure it's of someone drowning, but it's pretty. I need a therapist bad. If you know a good therapist, please tell me. And the next book that I have is The Music of Bees by Eileen Garvin. So this is a contemporary fiction, and this will be released on April 27th of 2021, and it says, 3 lonely strangers in a rural Oregon town are brought together by a local honeybee farm where their surprise friendship leads to healing. So this one just sounded really, really cute and peaceful to me, and I love a good contemporary fiction every now and then. I'm not big into them because sometimes I feel like there isn't enough substance to them and it doesn't really keep me engaged in the book. But this one just sounded really, really cute, and it's called The Music of the Bees. Like, that just sounds cute, and the synopsis just was like, oh, cute. I do want to read this one. I think it's going to be a really, really cute and fun read. So this one is definitely being added to my list. And the next one is called Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. This is a science fiction, and this will release on May 4th, 2021. May the 4th be with you. Sorry for those of you that are not Star Wars fans. I just had to say that. I think it's very fitting that this sci-fi is coming out on May 4th. I kind of like it if they did that on purpose. Like, that's pretty cool. And I'm not usually into sci-fi. Sci-fi I feel like is always hit and miss for people. Like, you either love it or like you struggle with it. But this one says, a lone astronaut wakes up with memory loss, not realizing that he is humanity's lone hope for survival to prevent an extinction-level event. So this sounds pretty interesting. To me, like, the cover gives me like Interstellar vibes. If you've ever seen Interstellar, you know where it's at, and if you haven't, go watch it. What are you doing? Like, pause this, go watch it, and then come back, and then, you know, you'll be with me, you know? But this one just sounds pretty interesting, and honestly, it does sound kind of like your typical sci-fi kind of thing, you know? But something about this, I don't know. There's something about it that like interests me. And I'm like, kind of want to read that. The next book that I want to talk about is Realm Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. This is a fantasy that will also release on May 4th of 2021. And I picked this one as one of my most anticipated because Victoria Aveyard is the same author that wrote the Red Queen series, which I've been dying to read. But I also just need a little bit more fantasy in my life, and this one sounds pretty cool. In a small town at the edge of the sea, Coraine and Amerit discover she is the last of an ancient line and units with unlikely companions to save the realm. So this told me very, very little. I honestly like to keep it that way and just kind of dive headfirst into a book, but this one just seems like all kinds of fantasy, and that cover, you see that hand? It's bleeding. There's gonna be some bloodshed. I'm good with it. So I want to read this. So it's a most anticipated release of 2021. Okay, and the next book that I want to talk about is The Plot by Jean Hank Horowitz. Who said that I could be a reader? I can't pronounce things. But this one is also a mystery and thriller, and this will release on May 11th of 2021, which is my brother's birthday. Oh, he'll be 17 this year. Anyways, this says, a down-on-his-luck professor steals the plot of a novel from a deceased former student and enjoys success until threatening messages begin to appear. So this one sounds pretty fun. The cover is also very, very clever because it's a book within a book, and he stole the book. It's about a book. We're reading about a book that he stole from a student. I don't know. I think it's cool. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just weird. We all know that, Jill. You are weird. But this one sounds really, really interesting, and I don't know. I'm just really excited for it. I think it's going to be really fun, and I want to know where the messages are coming from. Like, is it the student, like, haunting him? Or is it, like, someone that's, like, related to the student that, like, knows he stole the work? We gotta read to find out. And the next book that I want to talk about is The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. So Christina Lauren is the same authors that wrote In a Holidays. I'm pretty sure this is like Christina Lauren is actually two authors that have combined like their last names or something to like be one author. But anyways, Soulmate Equation is a romance, and it will release on May 18th of 2021. And this says, number-crunching single mom Jess tries a new DNA-based matchmaking service and is paired with the service's founder, a man she detests. So I think this is just going to be like really fun and really cute, and hopefully I enjoy it, because romances I feel like are hit or misses with me, just because I feel like some romances aren't predictable, or they are predictable, and that is where I struggle with a book. Like, it needs to be very unpredictable. I need to know like nothing and just be completely blown away to really love the book. So I think it's going to be good. I am nervous about it, but I do think it's going to be a really, really fun and cozy read, so it's on the list. Okay, and this one a lot of people have talked about, but it is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. See, I can't pronounce anything, just it's okay. But this is another romance that will release on June 1st of 2021, and it says, cynical August doesn't believe life will ever change until she develops a crush on a girl from her subway commute who happens to live in the 1970s. So I have no idea where this is going to go. I think it's going to be really fun. I am excited. I think it's going to be really good. And this one seems like a little bit of a twist on a romance. Like, I think I can do this one. I'm not as nervous about this one as I am for The Soulmate Equation, but I do think that, like, this one I have high hopes for, so I really hope it doesn't let me down. The next book that I want to read that is releasing this year is The Maidens by Alex Skip, pass. This is a mystery and thriller as well. This will be released on June 15th of 2021, and this one says, a troubled group therapist risks everything to prove that a Greek tragedy professor and his secret society of female students are guilty of murder. Your girl loves a good murder, you know? Nah, not me. I don't murder people. I like reading, oh gosh. Don't call the cops, okay? But yes, so I am really, really excited about this one. I think it's going to be really good. I also love the cover. It definitely gives me some Greek mythology vibes, but it's beautiful. I actually really like it. Like, I love the art. But this one I am really, really excited about, and I think it's going to be really good, and that's all I really have to say about this one. Okay, so this next one I have been anticipating for a while, and it is Survive the Night by Riley Sager. This is another mystery and thriller, obviously, and this will release on June 29th of 2021, and this is while sharing a ride home to Ohio with a stranger from her college rideshare board, a woman begins to suspect the driver might be a serial killer. Okay, I watch a lot of Criminal Minds, and the reason I watch a lot of Criminal Minds is because I love the episodes about serial killers. I just think it's fascinating, and it's interesting to like get inside their head and figure out why they do what they do and what causes them to do what they do, you know? But this one I think is going to be really fun. It's like right up my alley, and I'm just excited. But this next one is The Husbands by Chandler Baker. This is another mystery and thriller. I'm sorry that I'm doing this to you guys. And this one is going to be released also on June 29th of 2021. And this says, when a successful lawyer moves into an exclusive suburban neighborhood, she finds a group of high-powered women with extremely supportive husbands, all with a secret they're willing to kill over. I just want to know what the secret is. I don't like to tell secrets. I don't like to tell secrets. I like to hear secrets. I think it's fun to know secrets. So this one I think is just going to be fun for me because secrets and killing and seriously, I need a therapist. The next book that I want to talk about is Such a Quiet Place by Megan Miranda. This is another mystery and thriller that will be released on July 6th of 2021. And this says, a year and a half after the murder of the Truett family, the idyllic town of Hallows Edge is shocked when the woman they all testified against is backed after her conviction is overturned. So, I want to know why she's back. I want to know what the heck is going on. Okay? So, added this one. I don't really know what to say about this one. Just sounded good. Wanted to read it. Put it on the list. Next, stop. This is perfect for me. It's called The Therapist by B.A. Paris. This is another mystery and thriller. This is going to release on July 13th of 2021. But this one says, when a couple moves into a gated community, the wife becomes obsessed with figuring out what happened to the therapist who used to live in her house. Why do I feel like this is going to go terribly wrong? Like, no, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just find a therapist. Don't try to get inside the therapist's head that used to live in your house. They're going to haunt you or something. I don't know. But I think this one is going to be, like, this one is probably one of the ones that I'm, like, so antsy for. Like, I really want to read it. Also, I'm hoping that, like, at the back of the book it has therapist recommendations. Anyways, the next book is The Heart Principle by Helen Hoeing. This is another romance, and this is going to release on August 3rd of 2021, and it says, in an effort to keep her engaged sister Camila away from the attentions of a wealthy CEO, Anna's son decides to seduce him instead, but Quan Dieppe isn't quite what Anna was expecting, and her false intentions and her OCD might ruin her chances of true love. I want to figure out what things will ruin love with OCD, because I'm getting married, and maybe there's something in here I can learn. I don't know, but I don't know, it just seems kind of fun. It seems like an easy read, like it's just light, a romance, and maybe I'll be similar to the character. That sounds fun. I don't know. Okay, the last book is Velvet Was the Night by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. This is a historical fiction that will release on August 17th of 2021. Let's just talk about the cover. Okay, that's gorgeous. That is so cute. I want those sunglasses. I want to look like that. Glowy tanness. I'm getting there. Sun. Anyways, this says, in 1970s, Mexico City, a woman craving adventure and romance investigates her neighbor's disappearance, where she meets an eccentric thug who longs for a better life. So I'm not usually into historical fiction, but the cover caught my attention. Sadly, sorry, yes, I'm one of those people. And it just interests me. Like, 1970s seems like a fun era, a fun decade. Like a thug who wants a better life, like, is she gonna help him do it? Maybe there'll be like some romance happening between her and the thug. I don't know. It just sounded fun to me. So once again, added it to the list. That is all of the books that I have to talk about today. I'm pretty sure that was 16 books that I'm anticipating, 16 more books that I'm anticipating on top of the like 12 or 13 that I already did, and on top of the like more that I'm gonna do, you know, and maybe I'll have a part 3. If you guys like this video, I'll do a part 3, but this one, I think it's gonna be good. I'm excited, and yeah, so that is all that I have for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed, and I hope that some of these books will interest you and you will get excited about these books with me, because that would be fun. I'd love to talk about it. So leave a comment down below on the one that maybe you're most excited for, and let's chat. I love it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. I will see you in my next video. Mwah.